story can be played out anywhere. It can even happen between Birmingham and Manchester because dowry is an equally big problem wherever Indian diaspora is. While writing the script, I was looking for a challenge to explore something new by way of language texture. The very first draft of the story was set in North, Agra to Delhi kind of a journey. And at that time I felt, oh God, I will again be exploring the same kind of language rhythms that I have already done in my previous films. I wanted to pose a challenge for myself to explore some other dialect. And the dialect was right there in my house. Shaila, my wife, is a Tamilian Muslim and they speak the same kind of dialect as Dakkani. So first I thought maybe Chennai, but then from a North Indian perspective, it was kind of strange that Urdu is being spoken like this in Chennai. From a North Indian perspective, it is easier to accept Dakkani being spoken in Hyderabad. And so that is what made me choose Hyderabad as a starting point for the character.
We had been speaking Dakkani so much that I was excited to actually go there. And Hyderabad was just beautiful. We used to shoot a lot next to the Charminar. So it was a very nice experience because we could see the Charminar all the time, and it's just a piece of history that you're looking at all the time. It's like shooting next to the Taj Mahal, you know, it's just beautiful. And the most amazing thing about Hyderabad is the people. They are very well-mannered, cultured, soft-spoken, intelligent people. So all the local actors that we used to work with or the local crew, it was just such a nice experience because there's just such nice people.
When I had figured that Gulrez should be from Hyderabad, then I thought it would be interesting if she travels into a different culture altogether. And historically speaking, Hyderabad and Lucknow are like yin and yang.
दोनों सिटीज़ का कल्चर बैकग्राउंड जो है वो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है. उनकी बहुत हिस्ट्री है. लखनऊ की एक बहुत हिस्ट्री है, नवाबी हिस्ट्री है, लहजा बहुत डिफरेंट है, उनका अंदाज बहुत डिफरेंट है, उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं. हैदराबाद में भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं. सो दैट I like cities which have history. I like cities which have a dominant feel about them of having had a lived quality.
I never been to Lucknow before the first time, before I went for this thing, and I had always heard a lot of stories about their food, and that's very dangerous for me because once I started, it's tough to stop. Lucknow didn't let us down, yeah, and we ate a lot of chaat, a lot of jalebi, a lot of shahi tukda, a lot of biryani. It was a wonderful city to work in.
Lucknow for me was like going back home only because I've spent a big majority of my career there. So there was a lot of comfort. So experiencing Lucknow during this film was amazing. It's also very important for the film because I am a Hyderabadi girl who goes to Lucknow. So it was very important to show the city in the right way, and I think Habib sir has done a great job.
हमारे बाबा से थोड़ी सी हेल्प प्लीज मांग रहा हूँ. कोई चार मीनार तो बना के दो, नहीं बोल रहा उनको मैं.
I had read this one news story about this one woman who had duped 10 men in different parts of the country. I was very disturbed by the whole slant of that piece in which this woman was being treated as the villain of the piece. Yes, she has committed a crime and she's being tried for that and she's being jailed. But all over the country there are so many other women, men and their families who on a daily basis are exploiting so many women.
Till today, even if you read the papers, every 1 hour there is a girl who is harassed in India because of dowry. I feel it's unbelievable that men and their families and women who are so educated today are still asking for dowry.
Education has only made people give it different names.
They don't say the word dowry, they call it help, or they ask to help with the fees of some education. It's under the garb of something else, but it's all essentially the same thing.
You would be amazed that if you go on the net, you will find a dowry meter in which you can put in all your specs as a male, your education, your profession, where you live, and the dowry meter will tell you what is the appropriate dowry you should be demanding.
It's not only the woman who should say no to dowry. The boy, the male child should be educated enough not to ask for it. I think it's a two-way street, and it's a beautiful thing that has been brought out even in our film, where it's Aditya's character Taru who says, I don't want dowry.
So I thought it is very important that if I am making a film which is about a woman fighting the dowry demon, then very importantly it should also have the man who becomes a very strong role model for younger men who look up to this guy and say, yeah, I want to be like him.
Tariq Haidar is a perfect example of how today's youth should be. Not worried about dowry, accepting the girl the way she is, and that's what is lovable about him in the film.
It made me feel like it made me change how I look at things in my own life. Saying Taru rubbed off on me, which is a really good thing.
Daawat-e-Ishq is a wonderful invitation, not only to love, not only to come and see a very flavorful, colorful film, lekin to take a moment or two to think about a very important issue, a very important malaise that ails our society, and do it in a very dignified manner.
Overall, it's been a great experience, and it's going to be tough to let it go. I feel like it's going to be very tough for me to let go of Tariq and never play that kind of person again. Hopefully some of the good things will rub off on me and I'll try and incorporate that in my life. But yeah, the experience of working on this film will always stay with me because it's been great.
दावत-ए-इश्क मेरी ज़िंदगी के उस मुकाम पर आई है जिसने मुझे बहुत कुछ सिखाया है. Mr. Habib Faisal, he is one of the finest directors that I have worked with, and I would like to work with him again and again.
I just hope that when people watch this film and they come out, they say, we want to watch it again, or we felt nice. And I hope that this journey of ours together is a successful one. I hope it's a loved film. I hope it's a cult film.
दावत-ए-इश्क है, दावत-ए-दिल में दस्तरखान बिछाया, दावत-ए-इश्क है.